Coming up on Dude, Don't Just Lick Stuff.
The trees. Those are like the clouds of the forest, I think.
I know that's not what it is.
But
I know what it's not, Seth.
That's good. You could name almost anything in the world and you'd be correct.
My jammies! My glasses! And I'm a thief!
Fall.
It's demo time!
I've soiled my tunic.
Welcome back to Dude Don't Just Lick Stuff. It's your boy Seth, and this is an Adventure Time rewatch podcast with a flair for food. If you haven't heard it before, you heard it now. And I'm going to reintroduce myself. I'm Seth, and with me is everyone's favorite sister, Savvy. Say hi, Savvy.
Hi, Savvy.
Well, Scoob, it's season 1, episode 13.
Do you not want to talk about our days?
Not yet. Season 1, episode 13, which is, of course, known as City of
Thieves!
Well, how's your day going?
Patient
Patient one.
one?
You patient one.
It's going fine. We have a big event happening in the community right now. I'm not going to say what it is because
Right.
People will find out what
People come home for it.
So we have a big event happening close to my house, and there was a parade in front of my work today and stuff. And so that was a whole deal of like working during parade and
Working during parade.
fire trucks being loud
Fire trucks are loud.
and trying to get home with all the traffic and stuff. But everything was fine.
Yay.
We were cool. It was neat, but it was just like, I'm just trying to work.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I'm sure the event in the town that you work in,
Oh, yeah.
do you know the one I'm referencing? Yeah.
Very loud. Hate it.
Very loud, very busy.
Scared me.
Yeah. Anyways, how's your day been?
It's been all right.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't do much today. I mean, I say that all the time, but Saturdays are the days I usually sleep in a bit
Yeah.
because I'd be working, Monday through Friday. So wake up.
Wake up.
Make up. Sometimes I'll wake up, so you can't do it again. So I'll wake up and then rewatch the episode in the morning usually and just kind of take it easy.
In the morning.
And so that's kind of what I did today. So yeah, not much going on. But let's get our silly patooties into this app with some of your well-known notes.
Yeah.
Give me a synopsis.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Well, before we hit the synopsis,
Why?
it's obviously season 1, episode 13, City of Thieves, as we said. Thieves! The air date was May 24th, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
The director,
Like leader.
Larry Likeleader. Story by
Adam Muto.
No.
You
Meriwether Williams
Oh.
and Tim McKeon.
got it.
Yes. Written and storyboarded by
Brian.
Bert Yoon and
Eric.
Sean
Paul.
Jimenez.
Close enough.
So written and storyboarded by Bert Yoon and Sean Jimenez, because that was not at all
Not clean.
cohesive. Created by Pendleton Ward.
Thank you.
So the synopsis goes: Finn and Jake, in the hopes of helping a little girl named Penny get back her stolen basket, enter into a city where everyone is a thief.
Everyone.
Everyone. And become slowly corrupted by their surroundings.
Dun-dun-dun.
Dun dun dun. And I have some trivia before we even start.
Bring it.
So this
Is the first episode with the City of Thieves in it.
is the final episode of the show to air before the network changed their logo on May 29th, 2010.
Oh,
Cartoon Network changed their logo.
okay.
Yeah, it's trivia. What do you want from me?
I don't know, but it's not Cartoon Network trivia. It's Adventure Time trivia.
It was the last episode to air before they changed their logo.
It was when it was like the long Cartoon Network, the long way. And then it just turned into 2
CN.
blocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I do remember that.
And then, I don't know who this is, but Paul Lindsley
Okay.
claims and this is in quotes, if you look at this episode's title card in the mirror and squint, you can see the face of a ghost.
I thought they were going to say the face of God. In a mirror and squint?
Yeah. And spoiler alert, we don't have a mirror in front of us.
How the hell would they need a mirror?
But why would the mirror cause any difference?
I'm squinting.
Do you see the face of a ghost?
No.
Maybe we do have to put it in the mirror.
I think that guy's just haunted. I think his mirrors are fucked. And also, how did you find that out, my guy?
Sorry, Paul Lindsley. I meant to look that up, but remember when I said, like, oh, my notes are a little bit out of order today? That was because I didn't get to it. Sorry.
Well, any other trivia besides baseless claims and stupid logos?
Nope.
All right.
Not yet.
Ready for me?
I'm ready.
Well,
I'm ready. It's an off-mic bit
yeah,
that
like,
we were doing earlier.
Not 10 minutes ago. Well, this show, this ep, opens up with Jake walking above the clouds. Not the clouds, the trees. Those are like the clouds of the forest, I think. So I think that's what they call them.
Yeah?
Shut up. Okay, so he's walking, he's bigger, he's just walking above the trees.
Long
And-
leg, the long way.
And he's telling Finn he needs to catch up, and then it pans back to Finn, and he's like on stilts on all fours.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, like, I'm not used to being on all fours. And then Jake's like, well, just admit it, it's harder than it looks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't got to admit shit to you. I'm pretty sure that's in the censorship. Look that up.
And then Jake being a sneaky little beach.
Yeah, he shrinks down to the some would call what would I call the ground? It's the it's
The floor of the it's because that's what it is.
I'm thinking
but-
about the sky.
Uh-huh.
It's the imaginary
The horizon of
it's
the
yeah. It's the horizon of the forest floor.
we got there. There.
Anyway. So anyway, he's on the floor on the grass, and he trips Big Stilt Boy,
Yes.
and he tumbles hard, and
Finn just falls from a huge height.
it's at least 20, 30 feet.
It's at least 20 feet.
It is. At
I
least.
know, but it feels way taller.
I know, but
because they're massive trees.
realistically, though, yeah, like 10 feet's higher than people think.
I know.
Like, you'll see a basketball rim, you're like, I could touch that. But then you're like, no, now stand on it. And like, see how high that is.
Well,
Yeah, it's really hard. Finn's like, all right, I admit it. That's pretty hard. And Jake's like, no, you actually did a good job. It was very sweet. Anyways, suddenly they look ahead, which it's funny because if you looked at it before when they were walking, no clearing was near. It was like
Yeah.
dense forest. But all of a sudden a clearing. And it's looks like a giant dead turtle, they say.
yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I was gonna say the stock woods that they're in,
Mhm.
like STOCK,
Yeah.
is seen in the loading screen of Adventure Time Battle Party.
Fun.
Yeah, a little bit of
They use those
random trivia.
not frequently, but they do use the stock woods a lot, I think.
And
That's
I don't
cool.
mean stock as in like it's called the stock woods.
Mhm.
Okay, not like stock image.
I figured. Anyways, doesn't matter. Anyways, it looks like a giant dead turtle. And they're like, what is that?
Yeah.
It looks like a city of...
Of thieves!
The city of thieves! This little tree witch exclaims.
Yeah, like, whoa, lady.
So she's very intense, and she warns the boy. She's like, everyone who enters becomes thieves themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Warns them. Oh, we got a plot, coming up, which I didn't use as a conflict yet because I have had notes saying that plot points aren't conflicts. Well, I just want to use them as that. But anyways, I'm going to make actual conflicts.
Who gave you that note?
You.
I did?
Yes. 2 episodes ago. You're like, oh, it's not really a conflict. I'm like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because you'd said conflict and it was just a thing that happened.
Yes.
That wasn't a conflict.
Leave me alone. Anyways, so she warns the boys that they're going to be thieves themselves if they enter. Finn, the lawful good paladin that he is, if you've seen our video, our first side quest, go ahead and check that out if you haven't on YouTube at DDJLS Podcast. It's been out for a long time. You
If you
better
haven't
watch it.
seen this,
We got 2 more.
Yeah, and maybe another one. No, close to another one. That's
Close
already
to
come
another
out.
one. But we have 3 out right now. Get off your butts and watch them. And then sit back on your
And
butts.
it's video format too, so like you get extra bonus content.
And
so
you get to look at us, which I don't know if that's the selling point. I think it is. But
you get to see our shining faces.
anyways, he's
So
a
no
lawful...
one on TikTok cares,
Yeah,
but
apparently. Anyways, he's a lawful good paladin, as you would know if you knew. And if you don't know, now you know. And he's like, I'll never become a thief. And I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy.
yeah.
Jake's like...
You don't know who you're talking to, lady.
Well, if only that's what he would actually said. Because now, added to the list, he's an ageist. He says, get your glasses on, grandma. and says that Finn will help this crying girl. Cut to a crying girl.
Like in between the city and the forest.
It was called the. I mean, I'm assuming that's what she was referring to as the desert. We'll get into that.
Yeah, it was weird, but
Yeah.
it's like they call it the desert, but it's a very short distance.
Right.
It's a weird amount of distance.
Right. Anyways, Finn runs up to it. Jake comes up to her as well and comforts her and says he's going to turn her frown all the way around. He's playing with his tummy again. Like,
Yeah.
like remember when business time? It was business time, right?
Yeah.
When they were making shapes on their guts. It was like that, but he made a face and like twisted.
Yeah.
And then she screams and keeps crying and it scares her. And Finn's like, Jake.
Like, what is wrong with
He's
you?
like, well, I'm going to turn around, but I'm still going to do it. And then Finn checks in, is like, okay, what's wrong? She's like, I was selling flowers and someone stole my basket.
Mm-hmm. And they ran into the city with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The city of
Thieves!
She's back.
And Jake's like, come on.
Finn promises the girl, my name is Penny, by the way.
Yes.
Penny. That was funny because like the way he said it, he's like, I'm promised to get this little girl. My name is Penny. I vowed to get Penny's basket flowers back, and that he's gonna come back purer than the driven snow.
Mm-hmm.
Jake seconds it, which takes us into conflict number 1. Curious if you could possibly throw me a bone here.
Oops, all thieves.
No.
The city of thieves.
I will say, of Thieves is involved. Think about what's going on. It's a chain reaction.
Chain reaction of thieves. No, I know. I know that's not what it is.
But-
I know what it's not, Seth.
That's good. You could name almost anything in the world and you'd be correct.
I know what it isn't, and that's getting me closer to what it is.
One
which
at a time.
is
Conflict number 1. The Rube Goldberg machine of Thieves.
okay.
If you know what a Rube Goldberg machine is, it's one of those things that is a chain reaction. Anyways, they enter the city. Immediately see crime. Crime in this order. Man steals a ring.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who has his ring stolen, pretty sure that's John DiMaggio. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I think so. Yeah.
My ring. Anyways, he steals a ring, and then that man, the man who got stolen from him initially, this is going to be a headache, especially later, so I kind of cut some of it.
Yeah.
But this one is a good sequence. So the man who got his ring stolen ran up to this mother and child and stole the baby.
Yes.
Then the baby stole a ruby out of his teeth that was like
Yeah.
set in his teeth.
Like a filling.
Yeah, it was like a weird. It was on like, or it was on one tooth. I thought it was between
Yeah.
two, but it's like he has a middle tooth. It's a whole thing. Anyways, and then Turtle Man with a giant ruby on his head
Steals the little ruby from the baby.
completes his crown, and then Finn's out here every time something happens. He's like, "Wait, stop! No,
Yeah.
wait!
Don't take that baby. Baby, don't steal that ruby."
Right.
And then they try to get the turtle guy, and he blasts off on his jetpacks.
Well, we're not even close to that yet.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, Penny tells Finn like, "Stop! Don't try to stop them. It's impossible. It's ridiculous."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Don't say that. Ridiculous? No, not that. The whole thing." And he doubles down and he says he's gonna get the basket and he's gonna beat the purity into them. And then Jake says that he'll beat his
The
purity
purity
out of them and then beat a sandwich into him and then beat them to the punch and then punch them. So anyways, they take off. That was good enough for them.
Oh yeah, I forgot. As they walked in the little bottom corner, there was
The rat?
Yeah, a little rat with some cheese, and it got stolen from it.
Right.
Like as soon as they walked in,
Yeah.
that was funny.
That was a little thing I didn't write in my notes, but I did remember seeing that. Yeah.
No, I didn't write it in my notes either. I just was like, oh yeah.
So then they're approaching the turtle, and Finn so aptly calls him. He goes, "Hey, turd-ole, I'm gonna kick your butt." And then the turtle does jetpack away, or like rocket away. It's not like a jetpack; it's out of his feet. I don't know, like
Oh, was
rocket
it?
boot
Yeah.
or something. I don't know. Someone with a crossbow swing. It's like a grappling hook crossbow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then he snatches the giant ruby off his head. So all that
Yeah.
worked for nothing. And swings away. And then this two-headed guy steals his crossbow. He's like, "My crossbow." And then on his other head has Penny's basket.
Yeah.
She's like, my basket. And then
they can like refocus on someone to chase after.
Right. And then, but before they go, Finn lectures that guy.
We'll get your basket in just a minute.
"Stealing's wrong, doofus." And he sets down the ruby and like frowns. He's all like embarrassed, but
Yeah.
ashamed. But then anyways, as they go, they are in hot pursuit now, and then Two-Headed Man is stopped by a wizard And this episode is so hard to explain.
I got some stuff on the wizard too.
I love it. Me too. But the wizard swoops in, cuts off one of the heads.
Yeah.
And like it lands in the flower basket perfectly.
Yeah.
And then
It's like-
the one-headed monster is now like, my bro.
The head's like, my body.
Very sad. And then a big blue cyclops, voiced by who else but Jeremy Shada.
That's who I thought it was. Okay.
I actually can't confirm it, but it definitely was him.
Yeah. I heard that and I was like, that sounds like Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
It was like his LSB impression.
Right. Big blue cyclops tells the wizard he's gonna steal his flower basket, and then wizard says pancake, pancake, pancake. Just disappears before getting crushed, but leaves everything behind.
I'll let you finish the sequence.
I know
I'll tell you about the wizard.
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Cyclops in Finn's voice, he's like celebrating, but then a ninja looking guy, or at least what we think is a ninja looking guy, kind of like somersaults in, steals in the band of the blue cyclops' arms a pair of glasses, and then the basket, subsequently the basket, and then he lands in front of a wall, but then the wall is sentient. There's a creature that comes from the wall and steals his jammies, and a little goblin guy runs by and steals his glasses, leading him to say, my jammies, my glasses. And then,
Which is a thing we quote all the time.
way too much. And then he gets kicked. He goes, ugh,
By Jake.
by Jake.
Yeah.
And he's wearing some sort of chastity belt. Did we
I didn't really look that hard at it.
really? His
so-
underwear had a lock on.
Oh, that's right. It did. I forgot.
was weird.
Maybe because he's like, oh, everyone keeps stealing my clothes.
Maybe.
So he's locking it to his
I'm like, how many times do you have to get your underwear stolen to do that? It cuts to the goblin guy accusing someone of stealing his basket, and while he's holding it behind his back, and then someone sneaks behind that guy and takes the basket. And he's like, hey, give me that. I stole it first. I'm gonna use my sword on you. And then goblin guy steals his sword.
And then he chases the goblin guy.
And then he chases goblin guy. The basket proceeds to go on a more rapid line of thievery, and Finn becomes increasingly frustrated, and Jake pitches the idea to steal a new basket from Baskets and Boots. What do you got about the wizard, please?
Okay. And Finn, of course, is like, how are we supposed to get the basket if it keeps getting stolen,
Yes.
right? So I've got a couple things. The wizard, first of all, resembles the forest wizard from My Two Favorite People. Remember
does.
with the rings and
Yep.
stuff? And then at some point, obviously, when it's stolen by the wizard and the Cyclops is about to steal the basket, when the wizard chants like pancake, you know.
What's that about?
And then he turns into a cat and escapes. This may be a reference to Natasha Allegri's cat Pancake, which we've heard of Natasha Allegri before. She was mentioned in a previous episode. Also, in the Mystery Train episode, there's a definition for pancake in the dictionary discovered by Finn. It says when repeated 3 times, the wizard incantation can change one into a cat, which is what happens. And then this is one of 2 episodes shown during Cartoon Network's commercial breaks with abridged versions. So they would just shove like the first half of an episode in the commercial break sometimes.
Interesting.
And it goes on until Finn cries, how are we going to find the basket if it keeps getting stolen?
Well, that's where we ended up too.
Yeah. And then the other, oh no, it cut off. There's another episode that it does this with, but apparently got cut off. So we'll find out when we get to that one.
Well, Finn tells Jake with his idea to steal another basket. He's like, no, like, we gotta stay pure. Penny conveniently comes up with a solution saying, like, the King of Thieves tower. Only pure people can enter it, like,
Yeah, and that's where like all things are stolen from little girls
apparently.
end up.
Not suspicious at all. Well, Finn assures everyone that, like, the 3 of them can go because they're all pure.
Because we're all pure.
They've never stolen, but then all of a sudden we catch Jake trying to steal the red boots at the boots and baskets and boots.
Immediately.
He's crawling over there, and then
That's like last episode, you know, when we're like, oh, Jake was pretty based because of the fear of vampires.
sure
He immediately
he
caves.
is a debased. But well, Jake is Finn's like, what the hell, Jake? And he's like, no, the city, it's getting to me. And Finn like hugs him. He's like, you're gonna be fine. Like, and Jake's like, yeah, thanks, buddy. And then he makes one more effort to get the boots before Finn, like, citizen arrests him. And then attaches bells to his hands. That way he can't sneak around and steal stuff, or he'll know. Mm-hmm. Anyways, cuts to them climbing up these stairs towards the wizard tower, or the King of Thieves tower. Mm-hmm. And, well, notably, Jake's not there. So it's Finn and Penny up there, and
waiting for Jake to catch up.
Yeah, and he's like, "All right, let's go in." And she's like, "Can you go? Like, I'm scared. Like, do you mind if I sit this out?" Basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yeah, no problem." But he waits for Jake because he's probably in it. You know, there's only one window. It's at the very top. You know, it'd be so easy for Jake to stretch him up there, which also he still could have done, by the way.
Well, no, because like the barrier was around the tower.
Sure,
I mean, he could have stretched him
like,
and dropped him through the barrier.
Yeah, but also like could have stretched. Yeah, we'll get into it in a
second.
Yeah. But anyways, waits for Jake. Jake comes up the stairs. It's revealed he's wearing the red boots.
And he kind of pretends like he had no idea that he put them on.
It kind of seemed like he just genuinely didn't know. And then he's like, how'd you get those boots? And Jake caves and says the city got to him again. And then,
it took advantage of me.
Right. And now Jake can't enter the barrier. Like, there's a barrier around it.
He's no longer pure.
No. Though he tries. He's like, yeah, I can go through it. And he's like, whomp, whomp. He's like, no, haha, can't do it.
Anyway.
So Finn's got to go in alone. And he somehow scales this cylindrical, like...
he just climbs it, just freehand.
That's something Finn does a lot. He'll just climb stuff. Anyways, then he gets to the very top window, and then he sees a rope, and he's like, damn, now I gotta climb down?
Which is so funny.
But not to worry, because the floor breaks. And
immediately.
He falls like 6, I think I counted 6, maybe I'm wrong.
A lot of floors.
A lot of floors down and lands in a spider web. Ooh. And then he sees the King of Thieves. And he's like, oh, hey, sorry to... And then he realizes he's a skeleton. He's dead.
And he goes, oh, your chest. It's in your chest.
It's in your chest. And then basically he returns. I don't know how he gets back up. You know, he probably climbs the same way he did. And then he gives Penny the chest. And which leads us to conflict number 2. Just go for it. I'll give you a hint. Green Day song. Yeah, I know. I didn't think you know Green Day very well. It's not American Idiot.
Okay, I was trying to make it fit with that. Oh, sorry. I was trying to make it fit with that.
Nope, it's not American Idiot.
Damn. A penny save is a penny backstabbed.
Nope. I mean, close enough. Whatever.
But hey, that was a pretty good title for a conflict.
Sick title.
That's a very Seth style title.
Yeah, and it's called Basket Case. Case of the Missing Basket.
Okay.
Because Basket Case, it's a Green Day song. Anyway, Basket Case, Case of the Missing Basket. Penny becomes crazed and laughs evilly as she opens the chest with a knife.
She's like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
Yeah, which is, I don't know if you paused it to see what was in the chest. Mostly coins.
Yeah, some gems.
Some rings, some gems, a decorative knife, a watch, and what looks like a handheld video game console, like a Game Boy Color.
That was in...
Cultural references?
Yeah, one of the treasures that the King of Thieves has is a portable video game player, which looks similar to a Game Boy.
Well, Finn's confused. He's like, well, is your basket under all this gold? Naive.
Sweet baby
she's
boy.
Like, oh, of course not. Like, it's I set you up to get this chest because I'm a thief.
Yeah. Oh, didn't Jake, when she pulled out the knife, go like, whoa.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, Penny, what are you doing with that kind of thing? Well, he's even more confused now. He's like, but you're just a cute little girl.
And I'm a thief.
And,
not mutually exclusive, buddy.
Right. And Finn takes the chest, or he's gonna say, I'm gonna return it, but now he can't because he's a thief.
You know, here's the thing. He could have just thrown it through the barrier.
100%.
And I was like, come on.
Now I'm wondering if, like, you can't, like, nothing can go in it unless it's carried by someone.
I don't know. Like, but he didn't even try.
Yeah, he should have tried.
That would have been my first thought.
Well, maybe the chest is impure. It's full of stolen stuff.
I mean...
The chest could have been stolen itself.
Yeah, that's true. But yes, he's a thief.
And that brings us to conflict number 3.
Vengeance is a dish best served with soap.
I'm so glad you picked up on this.
Yeah, it was very Batman.
Yeah, because it was like immediately as Finn dons the cape.
Right. Well, we'll just say that he's sad.
Yeah.
Rather than his normal pissed. It's a different kind of crash out, but a crash out nonetheless.
Oh, yeah.
It's a spin out, I'd say more. His hands are dirty, he says. It's covered with the dust of a criminal act.
Yeah.
And the tree witch.
And she took away its purity.
Yeah. The tree witch comes back and somehow appears. I don't know where she came from. But, she gives him the classic "I told you so" bit.
I forgot about this part.
But, Finn just kind of cries and Jake's like, beat it, hag. And kicks her or throws her.
No, he
grabs her with his feet and eats.
Yeah, he stretches over her, grabs him with his booted feet.
Yes.
And yeets her.
So another case
which was
of
such
ageism.
a weird animation.
Right, task.
It was so crazy.
Well, Finn is fighting with his impurity and how he's now he feels unfit to be a hero and unfit to be Jake's friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to walk this dark path alone.
But Jake also was corrupted.
Famously. He says, nah, I stole these babe-style boots.
They were great boots.
They were great boots. They had a nice little, I don't want to say do-rag. What's
because I was going to say ribbon, but that's also wrong.
Bandana.
Yeah.
Something wrapped around his boots, and it's cute. Anyways, he's like, nah, I stole these babe-style boots, so I'm just dirty as you are. We'll walk it together, type of thing.
Yeah.
Very wholesome moment.
And then Finn's like, so be it.
So be it.
Finn says,
That they'll embrace the darkness and use the methods of the criminals to seek vengeance on Penny.
Yeah.
Which leads Jake to say cowabunga.
Cowabunga indeed.
As he straps him as a Batman-style cape.
Yes.
And they jump off a building.
In the cultural references section, right? It says, after Finn's corrupted by the city, he accepts his now impure condition and seeks revenge in a very Batman-esque style.
There you go. And so he's got dark circles around his eyes, permanently.
Yeah. It was such a neat tone shift.
Yeah, it was fun. Which now I feel like do you think he's shifted into a chaotic neutral being, or is this?
Oh, for sure.
Or is this still lawful? Because it's not lawful because
he is stealing.
He's acting like a criminal, which isn't usually in the lawful category. It's not it's self-serving, so it's not super there's an order to this. It's the whole nature of the city is chaos.
The whole point of lawful in the D&D structure is to be they adhere to some form of code of ethics.
Which, in a way, he is.
Because he's adhering to, the Thieves code of ethics.
Which
so that's why I was
ironic.
Kind of, but no.
Yeah, I'd say...
Probably more, on the true neutral, really.
Yeah.
Because it is self-serving.
Yeah. Anywho, he flies down. He steals a crossbow grappling hook thing that we've seen already.
Yeah.
He lowers himself down. Then all of a sudden we're in a different room with two swords and a crocodile.
Yeah, the crocodile was crazy.
Yeah, I didn't understand that still. Anyways, he steals two of those little swords.
But just turns so grimdark all of a sudden.
Oh, it's awesome. And then he even goes as far as to steal a bar of soap
from a horse in a bathtub.
And the horse does not like that.
The horse is pissed.
Not one.
Stop it. We're doing this again.
The people love it. 2 weeks in a row, maybe 3. I don't know. Fuck it. Well, they close in on Penny's tent, and very Batman-like. If you've ever watched
Penny,
if you ever watch any of the animated shows, he'll basically appear in one area, and then she'll look that way, and then he appears behind her, type of thing, where he's just kind of jumping around,
or you see some movement, and so it makes them turn, and then they loom behind. Yeah.
So he was doing that.
Yeah.
And he
psychological torture style.
Yeah, that's honestly that is one of Batman's things.
Oh,
it's
a
very big fear tactic.
That's his big thing.
Right. And after beating the shit out of them and saying, now talk. It's sir, you
swear to me.
You crushed my windpipe. Anyways, he confronts Penny finally, and she's scared, and she's like, I'm just a homeless baby girl.
Yeah.
And then he's
you took my innocence from me.
Yikes, dude.
Right? Or my purity or something. Yeah, he
says that I trusted you and that you ruined me.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
It's really intense.
No, it's a little overboard. But this is why I'm back to that one side quest video when I say Jake is chaotic neutral. This is why, or chaotic good. Yeah. Because it's also like, yeah, he's literally going along with it, but like knowing that this is fucked, like this is insane. He's like, this is cool, you know. Anyways, he
knows he's got to work it out, right?
Yeah.
Like,
he's doing nothing to stop it.
no, and he literally is like, "Hi, Penny."
Yeah. And well, she's apologizing profusely. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Here's some gems or some gold or
a knife in your neck."
And she leaps toward him. Jake launches his new boots.
Yeah, like with the Looney Tunes style sound.
Hits her once, hits her twice, and she falls straight down. She goes, oof.
That part was cut in reruns in Spain.
Hitting her with boots.
The I'm sorry, Finn.
The
all
knife
the way,
in your neck.
Yeah, all the way to like the thanks, dude. Yeah, dude. After he launches
So
his
suddenly
boots.
it's like, you're fucked up for doing that to me. And then cuts to her just on the ground, subdued.
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways, just
in reruns.
Right. And well, he said, like, despite you soiling me, I think you could still come out clean. And that bar of soap that he took from the horse comes in handy. He didn't use the blades, luckily.
Thank God.
No, the crossbow is just a means of transportation.
Yeah.
Again, grappling hook circa Batman.
But the blades could have like become handy.
Sure could have. But in the background, by the way, after they clean her, I want to point out there's a literal shotgun.
Yeah, I have that in my notes too.
It was like a time I paused because I was like typing my notes. I'm like, what the hell?
I noticed as I was watching it, like, that's crazy. So in one corner of the inside of the tent, you can see both the shotgun and the submachine gun.
Yes, I did see that too.
Yeah.
Well, they're all now physically clean after the soap fades away and everyone is like shiny, sleek, good-looking, clean people.
Did you hear what Finn says?
What?
We're Virgin Islands.
Yes. Well, we're not there yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So they're all physically clean after the suds, which means apparently their souls are pure again. I don't know, but
yeah, they washed the dirt of a criminal off of them.
Exactly. But she promises to never steal again. And then Jake's like, "Whoa, like, hey, you're clean too, buddy. We're all clean." So then that's when they celebrate. Mm-hmm. He says, "We're Virgin Islands." And I think maybe this is the whole point of the blades, because then there's like little angels that come to the side, cherubs.
Yeah.
And then they fly, and then they steal the blades from him.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the whole purpose and the payoff of having the blades in the first place.
Of like, oh, you don't need these anymore because your soul is purified or something.
Oh, no, I thought that was just the cherubs that are in the city of Thieves are evil, like thieves themselves.
Oh, shoot, maybe.
I'm pretty sure that's what the point was.
Oh, maybe. I was thinking like, oh, you're purified. Da-da-da.
No, I'm pretty
because it's
sure.
like trumpets play.
I'm pretty sure that they're just evil cherubs.
That's so funny.
That's way funnier.
That's so funny. But that section from Virgin Islands to the cherubs stealing the blades was cut in reruns in Spain as well.
Got it.
And it shaved 17 seconds in Spanish reruns.
Damn. Well, she gives him a hug and says, "I'm gonna miss you guys. I miss you so much." And then he's like, "I'll miss you too." And then she runs out of the tent, out of her own tent. By the way, she's gone.
Yeah, she booked it fast.
Yeah. And then Jake's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why are you naked?" And we cut to Finn. He's not wearing.
He's like,
not wearing a shirt or pants. He's just wearing his underwear. They learned from the Wizard episode a couple of weeks ago to not have full frontal nudity anymore.
Right.
So, with that, our episode is over.
Yeah, that scene when Finn's clothes are removed by Penny was cut either by mistake or intentionally on the HBO Max release.
I see.
Not in Australia, though. Just HBO.
Interesting. Well,
where was the snail?
That's what I was just about to ask you. I wrote a fun little description, aka I copied and pasted on the wiki after I found it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know how to describe this.
Yeah.
This is a weird one.
The description I have is that it makes its first non-physical appearance as an imprint on Jake's belly.
Yep. Jake makes a snail-shaped imprint on his belly shortly after meeting Penny. It's when he does
this frown upside down thing.
All the way around.
Yeah.
Yes. And then it was made after he was trying to make a shape of his belly at 1:55. Another early one.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all we have for this besides
this first half of the episode.
Before the food comes. So
we'll be back.
If you guys want to listen to an ad, you're more than welcome to.
Please.
Someone works really hard on them, so.
Someone. I don't know whom.
Me neither.
They just show up.
Yeah, they show up and while we're cooking, and they just sit in here and do that for a long time. And it's very sweet of them to do that, but we don't pay them either.
Yeah. And they just kind of riff.
And all of their stuff is like fake, so it's like very confusing. So I don't know like why they're advertising things that aren't really. We look them up.
Yeah.
We look all those things up and make sure
Before we post them, because we don't want to send you guys to any like real places.
or if they are real, like good things with actual promo codes attached to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have no idea what.
We don't make any money from this, and neither does the person who comes
No.
in. And they just found my house.
And they lose money because of the gas money. I'm assuming.
I don't know where they could be from across the street for all I know.
Well, they're losing bends in their knees then because
Bends in their knees.
eventually those are going to give out. You only have so many.
All right, guys. Well, we'll check in with you after this ad with some food.
Yeah, check in on your knees. Make sure your knee health is good.
Yeah.
This summer, saving the world is gonna take bullets, brains, and bad decisions. Jack Ransom was the CIA's best, until he accidentally deleted the Pentagon's Wi-Fi.
Okay, in my defense, it said reset.
You fucked up, Jack. Now with global cyber terrorists on the loose and the fate of brunch menus worldwide at stake,
No more avocado toast for anyone.
Jack will team up with one person more dangerous than him. The name is Roxy Blaze, Rogue MI6 explosions expert. Deal with it. They don't trust each other, they don't like each other, but they'll have to find a way to work together. Explosions, one-liners, a talking parrot with diplomatic immunity.
I played the squawk.
From the director of Punch First, Cry Later, and Nuns with Nunchucks, this is
Dumb booked.
Rated R. Coming soon. Bring your earplugs.
This ad is for comedic purposes only. Any companies, products, or services mentioned are completely fictional and should not be taken seriously. This ad serves as a wildly self-indulgent attempt to launch a voice acting career. No actual endorsements, partnerships, or corporate conspiracies were harmed in the making of this ad. Many will enter, few will win. Enjoy responsibly.
Okay. Once again,
Shit, fuck.
my eyes have to be covered.
Oh yeah, I forgot you pressed record. I was like,
Once again, my eyes have to be covered because Seth is refusing to cover things.
yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes and see.
Oh, what happened?
So, sour cream is a big part of a loaded baked potato. Found out you didn't have it.
I was curious about like it's fully skinned and stuff
Yes.
too,
So
which is great.
so that.
How did that?
Take a bite first.
Okay. I mean, I love potatoes.
Yeah, it's just a baked potato.
It's great.
But the concept, this is where
And it's actually fine because I don't like sour cream on baked potatoes.
Oh, crazy. I fucking need it. So before, again, like last week we were talking about, we had a pretty solid idea, but we weren't sure about the execution. This was the opposite. I was like, I know I can make a baked potato. The question is why?
Okay, so I have the same thing with my dish, and we're just like on the same wavelength for some reason right now.
Right.
But maybe because we're siblings. But yeah, my dish is also not really related, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, there's a lane for mine. It's very thin.
Explain.
So it's a potato. I skinned it because
The jammies?
no, it reminded me of the bar of soap. I was gonna shape them. Maybe I'll do it for the photo one. It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut it to be like a bar of soap.
Yeah. I was like, wait.
Oh yeah, by the way, you ate soap. No,
No,
kidding.
because I was thinking of the picture, and I was like,
No, I made 2 more. Don't worry.
oh, good.
But yeah, so that's it. That's the connection. And I don't have a name for this dish either. So it's we can come up with it for the Instagram, or maybe we could just think of it and
No, let's think of it now. We'll
Okay.
pitch it now. Because here's the thing. I don't want to call it soap. Because it does not taste like soap.
got it. I have an idea.
Okay.
Bar of Vengeance. Because it's gonna be cut as a bar.
Yeah.
Like Bar of Vengeance.
Nah.
Loaded. Loaded Bar of Vengeance.
Cocked and loaded.
Ew. There's no sour cream though.
Sudsy vengeance.
Okay. We'll work on it.
We'll keep shopping it. You guys will see it in the Instagram / on the poll.
It's a baked potato. It's got chives. It's got green onion. It's got bacon bits. It's got butter. Cheese.
It's good.
It's a baked potato. So I wish I had sour cream, but
Worked out for me. You know what I usually do is I just put butter on mine. instead of sour cream.
You're psycho.
Not a ton of butter, just a little bit.
But like, is that the only thing you put on your baked
No,
potato?
no, no,
Okay,
no. Like
you
with
said, when you said
sorry.
I only put, I was like, that's psychotic.
I meant like subbing sour cream, but I don't put as much sour cream as people do. You know, like with the
Right.
butter. I just do a little bit of butter to like hydrate it a little bit. Because baked potatoes can be like dryish, just because it's a potato with no moisture.
Sure. Took all the moisture out of it in the heat. Well, I mean, I did put like vegetable oil on it and
Yeah.
like wrapped it up. So
Yummy stuff.
yeah, what you got for me?
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. It got stuck on the mic.
Is there potatoes in the soup?
Yeah. So this is Thieves stew.
Okay.
Because, okay, hear me out. And take that the bowl's hella hot, by the way. With this Thieves stew, my thought process was, so the city looks like, did you just drop some potato in there? The city looks like a really shitty city in a D&D campaign.
Sure.
As far as like, it's grimy and it's full of people stealing stuff and it's, you know, it's a thief city.
City of Thieves.
Yeah. And so I figured, what would these people be eating but like a stew of like a thief stew kind of deal.
And maybe these thieves are stewing in their rage and their...
It was really just kind of like trying to fit the vibe.
Got it.
Like tavern-y, you know what I mean?
Gruel.
So it is beef stew. That's why I called it thief stew.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's beef and carrots and celery and potatoes
I
and
don't know,
onions.
I like Loaded Bar of Vengeance better.
Loaded Bar of Vengeance is also good. But this is thief stew.
Beef stew. That's good, though. I do like that. Let's try it. It's really hot, it looks like.
Yeah, blow on it.
I don't have much room.
I know. We'll cut around this. Oh yeah, there's those spices. When I checked on it, I was like, ooh, that is quite a blend.
Was this one British?
No, it wasn't British. It's just I'm used to making it on the stove, but I set it before I went to work today. So I set it this morning in the crock pot. So the stewing meat is like real pull apart. It's really yummy. But you know, when you're cooking on the stove, you have a better idea of like how things are going. When it's in the crock pot, you just kind of like let it go. So I had to add a few more spices before we set them in the bowls.
It's very good.
Thank you.
A lot of potato going on between you and I together. So
You know, last 2 weeks, we've had very same brain. Like, we both did the donuts,
yeah, that was crazy.
and then we did very heavily potato themed.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, there was almost no reason for me to go the potato direction.
Same.
I mean, yours is at least like mine was a direct comparison to soap. Like at least yours is like it's grounded somewhere.
Yeah. I think I told you, I told you that I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to make for this episode. And I said, I even thought about making a charcuterie board.
Oh, because of the rat.
Yeah, that had its cheese stolen.
Right.
And I was like, well, yeah, I can make a charcuterie board and I can put like meats and cheeses. And then it's like, it's one of those things where people like steal food off the board. But like, that's not making anything. It's just arranging ingredients.
Right.
You know.
Which we've talked about.
Yeah.
With ants on a log.
Yeah, like that even was more than just
I guess so.
like buying a charcuterie pack.
You came up with a name.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it's all pretty good.
Yeah, both good. Both good.
I'm still thinking about those donuts, though. Those were fire.
God, those donuts were so good.
You guys should have had them. They're awesome.
I know. Maybe we'll post the recipes for that because
Maybe.
like we had basically
Not yours. I'm just-
bitch.
British ass donuts.
Well, okay, maybe I'll convert it to US
American measurements.
because it is in grams and milliliters and stuff. Maybe I'll make it again and make notes of how much milk I used, but it tasted so good.
We should start putting like links to like.
We should.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, we should have been doing that this
Yeah.
whole time. But that way, because like we made 2 of the same thing and yours has gluten and dairy and mine doesn't, so that like people can choose different ways to prepare them, you know.
That's true.
But these this week are very good.
I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I love beef stew.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just too hot for me to know right now.
Yeah, we have to give it a minute.
I just gotta say I'm a big baked potato girl. So 2 weeks in a row, I like my food, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Not like 3 weeks ago or
2 weeks in a row, I like both of our food.
I do too, but I mean, we can save the infamous episode 11 shenanigans.
That was rough.
That was brutal.
That was rough. But there had to be at least one.
Yeah, it made it, you know what, it made our show a little more real. That,
Yeah, because we had been doing pretty well so far, aside from the cursed drink, which we don't talk about.
that wasn't really our fault.
That was the freezer.
Destiny.
Destiny chose that for us.
Yeah. So I don't put that on us as much.
No, but last week we that was definitely our fault. Or not last week, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That was definitely our fault.
Yeah.
Last week was awesome.
I remember
We
watching.
got double mathematical.
I remember mixing those grapes together.
Yeah, you really like as your hand was going.
I watched it happen and be like, "That's way too much sour cream."
Yeah, you goosed it all.
Yeah. So that turns out, I figured, I was like, "Oh, Savvy doesn't use that much sour cream. I'll still have some for this week." You know?
I think you used all of it.
No, I think I did.
Yeah.
I think it called for X amount of cups, and that was the whole package. I'm like,
Yeah.
perfect.
It was a nightmare. Guys, guess what? We washed the grapes and we kept... You don't remember that?
No, I do, but it's just gross to think about.
Yeah, we strained the grapes and washed the stuff off and we kept the grapes.
Fucking so gross.
Because the rest was, honestly, I could not eat it. Like, at first, I was like,
It was like,
it's interesting.
Yeah.
And then it very quickly turned bad. like
it's like, then the
like
gravity,
upsetting the stomach.
the
bad.
gravity of eating grapes, sour cream, cream cheese, and
Powdered sugar?
no,
Was that
brown sugar,
brown sugar?
and some other stuff in there.
Still,
Oof.
it was wrong, is what it was.
It's an abomination. So whatever fucking Midwesterner eats that, go to hell, because that was the worst thing.
Yeah.
It made me cry on my own podcast.
He literally cried for
I
a while.
wept for weeks. I'm still crying.
So, anyways, as far as rating goes, baked potato, I like it. I like it a lot. I don't like the fact that it makes me think of soap.
Well, that's what it was supposed to do. So
I
the dish was
understand.
successful.
I understand.
I'm glad it makes you think of soap.
Like, that was the point. You really didn't like the I made you think of Stanley's Flamblade family, though.
Fair enough. But I also just didn't like half the things on there.
That's true. That's true.
Specifically the banana.
I'm hesitant to call it a mathematical following last week.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not quite there.
It's a baked potato.
But here's the thing. I do love potatoes. Potatoes are like one of my favorite things. So
The most versatile food.
yeah, that's true. I would give this a solid, like,
You want to recap?
yeah, I was gonna say 8, but is that Schmauzau or Slam a Cow?
I don't know where my phone is.
I don't either. I'd say it's a solid Slam a Cow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Check, please.
Fuck off. All
piss
right.
off.
So we can do this.
Hmm?
We can do this.
We can do what? Oh, without the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
So, number 1, unacceptable.
Yes.
Number 2,
Boom,
boom,
boom.
boom. Number 3,
A check, please.
Number 4, flip what the zip. Number 5, nooch. Number 6, grease.
Grease.
Grace. Number 7, schmauz out.
Schmauz.
Number 8,
Slam
slam
a
a cow.
cow.
Number 9,
Tops
tops blueberry.
which you would think would be the top, but it's not actually the top.
The top is mathematical. We didn't do this for last week.
Oh yeah,
We just said 10.
that's right. We didn't waste time with the scale. I was like, yeah, we had to it. Anyways, that's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
So you gave me a slam account, was it?
Yeah, dude.
I'll give you, maybe controversially, I know, don't tilt your head at me like that and raise your eyebrow. I'm gonna give you a slam account 0.5
Oh.
because
Potatoes are in it.
no, it's just I feel like I'm souped out right now. And
It is hot right now.
yeah, it's
is
hot,
the problem.
and I've had a lot of soup recently. In the
like
past.
outside it's hot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like 94 degrees.
I've had a lot of soup in the past like maybe 3 months.
Really?
Where I'm so like kind of over soup. So it's not to your fault that it is docking you points, but it is docking you points. And also there is potato in it, which that doesn't dock you. It's just an observation.
I just thought like the 0.5 because there is potato in it.
Yeah.
So it has to be like a little.
I'll say that it does taste good. Again, just I think the souped out and the heat. It's like not my vibe. Again,
You know what's crazy?
Baked potato.
This is Jake's favorite food,
That's awesome.
and he will eat it dead of summer. He'll ask for stew, and I said, no.
I'm not sitting over the...
I'm not watching this on the stove. I mean, I could put it in the crock pot like I did today, but this is more of a time-saving deal.
Right. Well, very good.
Yeah!
8.5, pretty good.
Pretty solid.
Well,
High five, dude. Nice.
well, if you enjoyed that, which I'm sure you did,
There's plenty of this nonsense on TikTok,
and instant grammar,
but mostly TikTok, honestly.
a lot of TikTok going on right now. We're posting
please,
so much.
Please go watch our TikTok.
Please.
No one wants to see it.
Brother, please. Which you can find at DDJLS Podcast.
Same with Instagram at DDJLS Podcast.
And if you want to email us too, we'll get to YouTube in a second. Don't worry about it. But I'm just doing all the same username stuff. If you want to inquire about business, maybe you want to sponsor us. Maybe you want us to sponsor you. Tough luck. We ain't doing it.
We don't got no money.
Check us out
The
at...
food takes all our money.
Literally, don't want to tell you how much I spent on the last 2 weeks.
Oh no.
It's not too bad, actually. But anyways, DDJLS Podcast at gmail.com.
Gmail.
And
Sorry, I got distracted by Gmail.
the YouTube.
Yeah, you can find us on all places that you listen to podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. YouTube, you can search by at DDJLS Podcast, or you can just type in the words, dude, don't just lick stuff.
Dude, comma, don't just lick stuff, exclamation.
Exactly. And you'll find us. Don't worry. I don't think there's another channel with a similar name.
Doubt it.
Ever. Anywhere.
I looked up DDJLS, and I'm like, when I type DDJL, it's something, but the S is what separates us.
Ooh. Yeah, so find us. You know how to find us.
Call
it's
me,
the
beat
same
me if
everywhere.
you want to reach me. That's the philosophy
Honestly, yeah.
of Kimpossible. And anything is Kimpossible with us. So give us a...
Good transition.
Thank
good
you,
transition.
thank you.
Follow us on all the things, and we'll talk to you later. Love you.
And I need you. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And I miss you. And now I wonder.
Good. What?
Go ahead.
We
It's for
have.
my bit later.
You're already thinking of bits.
I'm not listening to you.
That's fucked up.
I've talked to a lot of people today.
Have you? How many people?
So, man, I can hardly count.
Oh, you're such a liar.
No. Okay, ask me.
Hold on. That's not punctuation.
Nope. Can you stop looking at the fly? Like, work with me here.